Yo, what is going on? PartTimerZack here. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing my forest team. So it is kind of incomplete in some aspects because there are some units I wish I kind of had to be able to put onto this. And I'm going to be talking about that as well as just going over some basic stuff about my team and then running a little bit through the spire. So anyway, guys, before we go ahead and start, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subbing to the channel if you guys are new. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. One thing I did want to talk about real quick before we jump into the actual team here is that Dawn is the actual 5-star that we're going to be getting from the event. And it looks like she's also going to be forest. And the reason I wanted to mention it is because this is a forest video and she's going to be a sniper. And it looks like she's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage from her active and her chain combo respectively. Let me get a little bit closer so you guys can actually see that. This is what it's going to be looking like for her active, and this is what it's going to be looking like for her chain combo. So it's not going to be the best of the best, but she is a free 5-star if you are able to grind for her. So I feel like she's going to be good nonetheless. So if you are kind of running out of some forest units like me, she might be a good addition to your team. But let's go ahead and jump into my team and talk about that. Like I said, there are some units I wish I had, like my guard or me guard, however you kind of want to say her name. I wish I was able to kind of put her in for Leah. But Lester is going to be kind of sitting here because she actually has a couple cool abilities that I actually enjoy. She's able to make mines around the map and inflict poison, which is kind of cool. And she's a pretty decent detonator. And even though she's only 4 stars, she does quite a bit of damage when starting off. So obviously she's a little bit on the lackluster side when it comes to like her ascension, mainly because I haven't been able to put all the resources into her, but she is able to do quite a bit of stuff when it comes to status effects. And that's really where she's going to kind of shine because she's able to do damage over time. Leah is very interesting. So for a 3-star, she actually has a cool, pretty interesting type of thing. These guys aren't going to do a lot of damage, it kind of seems like, but they're going to be kind of cool nonetheless. And they're just kind of what I have right now. But she's able to record the current location, and then the unit returns to that recorded location after casting an Aurorian combo. So basically after each chain combo, if you have this active skill, you can set yourself, and whenever you do your combo, and then you're able to come back essentially after the combo. I think this is really cool for like bosses that do AoEs where you're like, I don't want to get in and fight that because I'm going to get hit. You can actually get in and do a little bit of damage and then teleport to a safe distance with her active skill. So I think that's really cool. And I'm going to be showcasing that obviously whenever we get into the actual gameplay here. These two back here are probably the bread and butter of the actual team. They're both converters. So I did take your guys' advice on having 2 converters and 2 DPS and 1 support. This team probably needs another DPS just because of how little damage it's going to do. That's mainly because of the units I'm kind of using at the moment and I'm kind of stuck with. So if I just real quickly show you guys what I have for forest units, this is kind of what I got going on. So I know some of these are pretty good. Like I was looking at her, Sylvia. She looks pretty good as well. She's able to do sort of the same thing that Michael can do, but obviously it does quite a bit less damage, but she's able to dash around, especially for 2 rounds. That's pretty insane. So we might actually have to put her in at some time, at some point, because she actually looks pretty cool, but I just don't have her up to par yet. She's only level 1 and I just don't have enough resources for the forest because I've been grinding everything else. But let's go ahead and talk about Yuria. She is a support here. She's able to heal us and do some enhancements. So if she heals for the max HP, she actually turns something into, or the nearest green into a enhanced tile. So that essentially does double damage, or yeah, 2 times the connection damage of a normal tile. So this is kind of cool because I have a lot of times where, you know, I'm in a mission where I'm not necessarily getting hurt, but my person's healing off the chain combos or the actives. And so this gives you kind of a way to at least get something out of it instead of like, you know, just getting a heal even though you're full HP. At least this will give me an enhanced tile and help me out that way. So Pact is essentially just like any other main converter here. She's able to convert the 4 nearest red and green tile, or yeah, just the red tiles. She's able to convert the 4 red tiles to green, and she's able to do a preemptive at the beginning of the round and 2 rounds into it. So she also does quite a bit of stuff for slow. I think she'd be kind of cool to use with Odie. I'm kind of getting an idea that Forest is a little bit more gimmicky than anything else, but she's cool nonetheless. I hope to put some more resources into her hopefully and get her going. And then there is Gabriel. So hopefully I'm saying her name, or it's Gabriel or Gabriel. I'm not really sure. I think it's Gabriel, but we're going to go into talking about her. So I thought she was kind of bad. And that's because she converts 1 selected tile out of blue, red, and yellow to another element. I was like, oh, that's not bad. Like, that's not that good. But then I realized it's the fact that she does it for the whole entire color, and she's able to reset the whole entire color. So if you choose blue, it takes all the blue tiles out and replaces them with something else. So that's kind of what's cool about that. And it retains the tiles and enhanced stats. She also has the equipment where she grants at least 1 enhanced tile will be generated per 9 tiles. This goes up as you kind of level her up. So she's going to be actually really kind of cool. She's a little lackluster in some areas, but overall, I think she's a really good unit. So let's go ahead and jump into the spire and kind of see what it's looking like. Alrighty guys, so we're going to be jumping into the first one. I'm open to suggestions on any of these teams. I don't want to make it sound like I know exactly what I'm talking about and exactly what I'm doing, most of the time I'm just showcasing teams that I either find interesting or stuff that I'm just kind of working with. So I'm always open to you guys just letting me know down in the comments like, hey, this would be better or whatever, especially with some of the units I'm a little unfamiliar with, like, you know, Force, for example, or, you know, something like that. Cause I don't use a lot of these type of units, especially cause I just don't have them. Apparently I can never get any Forest units. So I know the team's a little lackluster when it comes to some different aspects of it, obviously, but I wanted to showcase it nonetheless, just because, you know, it's always nice to have a good idea. Maybe you don't know where to even start with, you know, some Forest units or anything like that. But basically we're going to run in here. You're going to kind of see some stuff going on with whenever we were able to start. Obviously we were able to convert. A lot of people do that. I'm not necessarily sure what this tile is. I don't know what that's going on. So let's go ahead and see. Well, this will probably be a good time to use this because even though I get my health back, I'm going to want to see how this enhanced tile stuff kind of works. Okay, so that's an enhanced tile. So unfortunately, it's not going to really help us because it's red. I'm going to take this one though, and I think be able to do more damage. Okay, so this is the cool thing that I like about Lester here is because you're able to place these, and this is really going to help with these mobs because now if they walk onto it, they're going to get poisoned. So I'm just going to showcase this. Normally I wouldn't use this right here, but basically I'm going to showcase what this kind of looks like when it comes to recording, you know, the location and stuff. So if I take this whole path, which obviously I'm not going to attack with all my units, I'm just going to attack with Lester, but we're going to go through here and imagine like a boss or something like that. I'm able to smack, and then I'm going to be able to teleport back to where I was. So I find that really interesting though, because it's kind of like a get out of jail free card. Like if you really want to get close to somebody and then you're like, this person's going to knock my world, I'm going to actually back off. That's kind of a way to do that. And I'm pretty sure they can do it every like 2 rounds. Yeah. So every 2 rounds. So it's not like it's, you know, never going to happen. It's like something that happens pretty often. Let's go ahead and convert some of these tiles. So like I said, I did take some of your guys' recommendation of, I want to see this. So if I click this, it resets all of these to what? Oh, just to random. Okay. We'll grab this. We'll see what we can do with this. Maybe I can enhance a green tile if it's close enough. Oh, okay. I didn't have enough HP. That's fine. So let's just go like this real quick and we'll smack all these. So I did take your guys' recommendation on having the 2 converters. I know a lot of you guys were pretty adamant in my Thunder team about replacing Vivian with Arion. So the reason I haven't done that yet is because I'm trying to boost her up a little bit. So I know that a lot of people want me to convert, you know, have the different converters and stuff like that. And I totally understand and I agree in some aspects with that. And, you know, so I've just been trying to kind of level up my Arion and kind of get her to a point where I feel like it would make more sense to get rid of Vivian, because Vivian, I did pump a little bit of resources in because I was just trying to do so much damage at that final boss that I wouldn't have to worry about it, because I really had to get in at certain points and just do damage. And I was hoping that it would kind of help me out. And I feel like it kind of did. But overall, I think I would have had a little bit better of a time if I would have had 2 converters versus having just Vivian. But honestly, I'm, you know, open to the feedback, and I'm appreciative of the people that were really nice about it and wasn't like, you know, too mean about, you know, what they felt like. Because obviously in a game like this, everybody has like an opinion on what's the best or what's going on and what's, you know, what they should be doing and stuff like that. So I do, you know, I do think the people who are respectful about their opinion and just saying, hey, you know, this is what I use or this is what I recommend. You know, you don't have to do it or whatever, but this is just kind of what is standard, or, you know, what's going to help you out the best. So I definitely appreciate the people who are doing that instead of just kind of saying, hey, you're stupid, you need to do this. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, I feel like this game is just more about what you kind of want to play. And I know like eventually when you get into higher spire stuff, you're going to have to kind of play meta a little bit, because you got to get through those in order to do stuff. And so obviously some units are just better than others when it comes to just doing things. So I do appreciate you guys kind of highlighting a lot of stuff and letting me know exactly what's kind of the best. I don't know if we're going to win this. My Forest team seems pretty weak. I'm just going to say that right now. It seems like my Forest team's really weak. I think I have pretty good support in converter units. It's a matter of I don't have enough just firepower. You know what I mean? I'm not doing enough damage, unfortunately, and I just can't pull anybody. So we do have a couple things for the Irion and the let me grab this. So we do have a couple things for the actual, when we do the summonings and stuff, we're going to be able to hopefully get some summonings going. So hopefully I'm able to get some more Forest units, and hopefully Dawn kind of helps out, I suppose. So actually I can get a Aurorian time off of this maybe. Okay, so this is where this might even be useful as well. So if I want to fight this thing and I want to stay near here, but I want to get all these tiles, I think I can just go like this and then come back. So like, even though, I wish I could try to get 14. Is there a way to get 14? I don't think so. Or I guess it's 15, but So I can do this, smack this guy a couple of times, run all the way over here, and then I'll be able to use all my abilities over here, which I guess is kind of not what I want to do. And then I should teleport back. Okay, that maybe didn't work the way that I thought it was going to work. Okay, so I thought that was a little better than I thought it was. I was hoping I was going to do damage on the return, but I don't think you do. So this heal though, this heals up like every other round. I feel like I'm always healing myself. So like I said, I feel like I have really good support units. It's just a matter of like, I just don't have enough damage. I feel like I'm really lacking in the damage department. And this is only like, I think stage 1 of the Spire for these guys. So I'm really going to have to start working on what I need to do in order to get some more damage going. Oh, that guy actually spawned on that. Unfortunate for you, buddy. So overall, I think the forest is just kind of really, I won't say gimmicky too much, I guess, but I really do feel like they're quite gimmicky when it comes to some certain aspects of them, because it feels like a lot of them have some sort of status effect, or that they're doing some sort of like particular thing. And that's kind of hard to work around, especially with, you know, if you don't have like just a dedicated DPS. It almost seems like you have to be able to pull a certain unit, where other, you know, elements have a little bit more flexibility, I kind of feel like. And that could just be because I'm not paying attention to my overall team the way that I should or whatever. Oh, I got this though, huh? But overall, I feel like Forest can be something really cool, and I'm happy to see some more units, especially with Dawn kind of coming. I'm hoping that that is a pretty good sniper. I think that I will probably replace Leah. I like the idea of her, but I'm not necessarily sure where she fits in as far as damage, because I feel like I'm gonna have to put a lot of resources in her to make her a decent player. So I just don't really know what I really want to do with that, because I just don't want to put on all those resources just to make a character decent when I could just kind of start off with some different things. So it's kind of cool because you can see all the status effect though, because like this guy is not able to attack, but we're very much inching by on this. I think we'll barely get this. So unfortunately, that's just the first spire, or the second spire. I guess we're on the second level, right? That's just the second level, and these guys are barely inching by. Again, most of these aren't actually ascended though. I'm pretty sure they're pretty standard. So if I put some more resources into it, I guess they would be off a lot better than they are right now. So anyway, that's just kind of what I wanted to show you guys. We're probably gonna be doing a water one tonight. This one's a little bit stronger and probably gonna be a little bit more fun to watch. I have a lot of stuff going on with these guys, and I think this team is a little bit more, I don't know, balanced than this actual Forest team. And so yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.